YouTube chat. Okay, new record for speed of opening YouTube chat. Hooray. Right. Okay. Ready to begin now. Oh, actually, maybe I should, well, whatever. I think I should get used to, before I start streaming, posting on, like, X and Discord that I am streaming. But we'll worry about that later. Yeah, okay, so Tomb of the Forgotten. So since last time, I did all the aesthetics, so that's all done now. You can see all the lighting, all the floors, all the background walls, all the fog is all done. I even went and, like, curved the path line, the timer line, so that's done. I even added pillars to the beginning and end rooms. So yeah, basically this level is done, except we need to balance the timer. And I mean, there's probably going to be some other tweaks I want to make, maybe, we'll see. But yeah, we need to balance the timer. So let's do that. Just got to play the level a few times. I guess I need a stopwatch as well. Let me get that on my phone. Stopwatch. Yeah. Can't see the YouTube chat while the stopwatch is open, but oh well. Oh, and I wanted to reset my records, because I wanted to reset this fastest speed, because that came from previous versions of the bumpers. You can't go that fast now. Okay. Good shot. Okay, that worked out. Okay. Nice speed. Whoa, I almost hit that bumper. Went off in completely wrong direction. Oh, shoot. No. Come on. Don't lose time now. Okay, that's fine. Oh no, it's the line's getting ahead of me. Okay, that worked. Yes! We got back ahead. Okay. That's good. That's very good. Oh my god. Down here. Through here. Kill that thing. Oh shoot. Dang it. No. Stop bumping me. Okay. There. Okay. Everything is fine. Everything is fine, aside from the fact that we're running behind on time. Okay, no, this is fine. Aside from the time, everything is fine here. Okay. Then we come down here. Oh gosh. Oh, I got bumped by these things. No. Dang it. Okay. Oh my gosh. Lag. Why is it lagging so much? Oh no. I didn't start the stopwatch. Oh my gosh, why is it lagging so hard? I mean, I can't play like this. What is happening? why is it lagging this hard? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Does it improve over time or does it stay really bad? Oh, there. It did improve over time. Hold on. So, like, is that reproducible? Like, if I go back up here. I just let these, like, hit me. Going that fast though. Like when I started experiencing all that lag, I started moving a lot faster. Yeah, I should probably, okay, like, I think it happens specific, okay, I want to really debug this. Okay, I think it happens specifically when, a bumper sends you flying too fast. So, like, because I've noticed that in the past as well, that when I move really fast, it lags all to hell. So, can I check why that's happening? The bumper. Oh yeah, player friction, player min bump. Okay, so right, I remember how this works. So let me just like do that. So that will make me go extremely quickly anytime I touch a single bumper. And by the way, in all of that, what was the fastest speed I attained? 6,000, which is pretty fast, but it's not that fast. Okay, so I didn't experience any lag here, right? Even though we just went up to, what was that? 1.7 million speed. Even with that, there wasn't any lag. Okay, so then I have another idea. I should have just quit. I shouldn't have bothered respawning. Okay, so I have another idea. So, firstly, undo this back. Okay, so then do this. Okay, whoops. So every time you hit a bumper, it's going to add 1,000 forces. Actually, you know what? Maybe that's a little excessive. Let's add 100 forces every time you hit a bumper. Like, because I'm thinking a force should not be that computationally expensive. It should require a bit of extra stuff. There's some extra processing, but like, I would think it could competently handle like a few thousand forces applied to the player with no problem. And so that was a few hundred. Okay. I do see this explodes you out of existence very quickly. Oh, now we're getting lag. Like a lot of lag. Like the notification for the fastest speed hasn't finished coming in. It's just kind of frozen. Okay. Yeah, my game is completely bricked now. Okay, so yeah, it seems like it has to do with how many forces are being applied simultaneously, which makes sense as well with why in my previous thing, or in my actual serious run there where I got far enough in, it just, okay, I need to quit this. It just, it stayed laggy for a while, but then it got better. And obviously it wasn't this bad because I didn't apply 2,000 forces. But I guess I probably applied a few hundred. Oh gosh. Come on. Okay. Right. So how do we want to further debug how this is a problem? So this is great for immediately triggering the problem. Do I need to debug this now, though? Maybe I don't need to debug this right now. This is probably a thing I should do off stream, because this is probably going to be a pain in the butt, just putting a whole bunch of profile statements in around. I think there's a profiler in here, but I don't think it does very well with showing C# methods, if I recall correctly. I might be wrong. I'll have to try it. Anyways, but it could also be that it's like coming from the physics or something. So yeah. Anyways, okay, so I gotta do that. And like, I think right now my perspective on the timer, where are we? Tomb of the Forgotten. Right now my perspective on the timer is that like, it seems to keep pace fairly well for like these up to around here, and then this room is really where it just starts going too fast, right? And it's still, I think, going too fast in these rooms. So like, right now it's set at 3 minutes. It probably needs to be something more like 4 minutes. In fact, yeah, I'm just going to change it to 4 minutes right now. I wouldn't consider this balanced, but I think it's a better starting point. Yeah. Okay, so that's the thing I need to do. I might come back and try that a little more momentarily. Okay, YouTube chat's back open. But the other thing I wanted to do today is I wanted to... nope, not this reliquary. This is originally what I was going to call the reliquary. That's been renamed to the primary furnace. Tower of the Sky Upper. So while Tomb of the Forgotten is like the biggest level, this is the smallest level. And this is kind of what I wanted to do next. Um, yeah, so like I can just hammer out the walls for this like right now. It won't even take that long. I have a hand-drawn picture I drew a while back of what I want the inside of this to look like. So I can just build that. So we got like, I think this room should be fairly small, like this. How small does this need to be? Like 16? Oh, no, a little more than that. Like that. Yeah. Sorry, is this 21? Oh, okay, yeah, it's 21. I guess that's the right length. Now, I don't actually want this to be like that. Okay, so this part is weird. We want to do like a hallway around the edge. I guess the hallway can just be 2 blocks wide. That's fine. So maybe it should be like this. Okay. Sure? No. Even... Wait. Shorter. Shorter. Yeah. Yeah. And then... This is just 2. And then this goes up like 42. Okay, maybe not that much. Yeah, like that. So then this becomes 1 shorter, and then this goes start inner corner, end inner corner. I guess I should talk about what the concept of this level is going to be. So I have each of the... So, okay. There's really 3 different kinds of levels. There's race levels, like Tomb of the Forgotten that we were just working on. There's combat levels, which, yeah. And then there's puzzle levels. And so, like, the whole point of... the point of the levels is to give you different kinds of experiences, right? So, combat levels are designed to just be like, get you to test your combat skills in a variety of challenging circumstances, right? That's basically all they do. Then race levels are just like, okay, don't worry too much about like, really precise combat, and instead focus on going fast, and it's just all about speed, which is a very nice change of pace, I think. And then you have puzzle levels, which are all about slowing down and really thinking about the game's mechanics and how best you can leverage them, right? So far, I've already implemented 3 puzzle levels. The other ones are the inner stockroom, the inner stockroom, what's the second one? It's not the Keeper's Passage. It's not the Primary Furnace. Oh, it's the Labyrinth. Yeah, the Labyrinth and the inner stockroom and the vault. Those are the other puzzle levels. And so then this one becomes the final puzzle level, which so the concept of this level is that there's gonna be like a pressure plate in the center, and you're going to be able to spawn a light wisp on it, and then you have to keep that light wisp alive for some period of time. Yeah. And if you can keep it alive long enough, the exit will open. And so then there's going to be a bunch of enemies that are spawning, which are going to be, you know, like shooting projectiles that could potentially destroy the light wisp. So you have to watch out for those. And then there's going to be... Actually, let's make this room a little smaller. And then there's going to be, like, just, like, say, dart traps and whatnot around that are going to be shooting that could potentially hit the light wisp as well. And so you're going to have to move around, kill the enemies, block the projectiles, and overall just play the role of guardian for the light wisp. If you can do all that, well, then you win. So what we're doing over here is I'm just building the airlock. Which is kind of small because it's a really small level. I'm trying to fit it all inside of one of these towers. So, very tiny. I guess we do need space for a gate here. Well, that would mean if we were to do a full-size gate, whoops, means we'd need like this, and that would have to go back like that. But I don't think that's necessary. I think we can have like a 3-wide gate here. We have that in some other places. Okay, sure. Maybe then let me do the same concept here. Make this a little more symmetrical. No, shorter. Why are those two buttons so close together? Like that. I guess we need a gate here too. Yeah, so that makes sense. Oh, so then maybe it's just like, actually, yeah, why don't we just have a really tiny gate like this? Okay, that's fine. Then this is longer like this, and then this comes back like this. All the way over to here. No, why did you move that? Just deselect it. Okay, we need to make sure each of these walls is oriented correctly so that we can put like an aesthetic wall in here and like block out this area. So yeah, the outer walls are facing the wrong way, but everything else I think is facing the correct way. This is actually, yeah, that's correct. So it's just how long should that be? 10? Like this, and then you duplicate it like that. 15. Somewhat annoyingly, these tiles have a gradient built into them. They're darker on one side and lighter on the other. But also, fortunately, it turns out if you don't have that gradient, it looks worse. So I don't know. It makes the walls weird to work with, but yeah. Seems like it has to be that way. I think if we had somebody better at art on this project, they could do a better job, but alas. I am decent at coming up with aesthetics, I think. Well, at least a particular aesthetic. But yeah, that's good. Actually, shorten this one by 1. Lengthen this one by 1. Okay. I'm decent at coming up with aesthetics, but I'm not great at doing art. So, okay, let's do the aesthetic walls. That'll be really quick. Yeah, we're on add. There. Oh wait, there's a mistake here. This, what the heck am I looking at here? Quick load. Diagonal. Yeah, night sky block. Reverse diagonal wall. That one. What? Why does that not look different? Block. What? Also, why is this? Oh yeah, it's not supposed to show on top of the walls. Of course. Oh, I know what I'm thinking of, because I don't have the fade out on. Ha! Okay. Yeah, that's important. Diagonal. Reverse diagonal. That reverses the fade out. There you go. And now we can include fade out here. The start is an inner corner. That's how you set the fade out. Right, that, yeah, we have to deal with that. No, with this wall, include the fade out. This wall, include the fade out. It has to be one longer and end in an inner corner. Okay. Start inner corner, end inner corner. Yeah. Like that. Okay. Normally the fade out's just on by default, but I I cloned the outer walls, which have it off by default, so. Oops. Now we have to do this. There. Fade out, include fade out. Oops. Fade out. Oh yeah, just like that. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, include fade out, fade out. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, and then I need to. Oh, we need to do the fade out on those as well, but I also need to do this. Oh, the start of this one, or the end of this one looks wrong. There you go. Oops. See, we're rapidly getting close to being done this level. I've only been working on it for a few minutes. Well, done the structure of this level, which is a far cry from actually being done building the level. Yeah. Okay, so if we open the Shrine of the Cosmos here, this is this tower, right? And so like we want to have these attachments also present and just darkened out, because this is theoretically like the same structure but just like a level lower, right? Yeah. So like this bridge on the bottom, so you've got this thing, which is 12 long. That goes all the way to the edge there, and that touches that. Okay. So then this is 15 long. So if it was, if it was 12, it would be there. And this would be there. Okay. So probably what we should do is have this one be like this. Start inner. Yeah, like, no. Start outer. Yeah, like that. This should be 2 shorter. And then we need to duplicate it. Make this like that. And then that needs to have a fade out and have the start be an inner corner. Yeah, like that. this needs to end with an outer corner like that. Yeah, and then we have this coming off there, and then we can extend the aesthetic wall to cover that. Oh, we also need an aesthetic wall to cover this. And then we also need this portion. Which would be like this, whoops, this wall, this wall, this wall, this wall, this. Just gonna copy all of these over. We're gonna have to flip all the walls around, but that's fine. Let's paste them under here. Move the how did I'm not sure how that makes sense, but okay. So that goes like that. Okay. Cool. And then what about this over here? Where does that lead to? Okay, so that leads to this. Whoop, no. This. What? Oh, we're selecting the level transition? No. Okay. Well, copy those two. Wait, how does that make sense? Are they rotated? 234 is on the right, 235 is on the left. Oh, wait. I pasted them under another wall. Well, that would definitely have some weird effects. Yeah, that looks better. I think this is probably as far as we need to go in this direction. See, you can look kind of far off to the sides by resizing your screen, but like you can only do that either looking a lot horizontally or a lot vertically. You can't look a lot diagonally. So this should be fine. It should be enough to cover there. You shouldn't be able to see the edge of that. As for down here, I think we do need to do a little more. Just grab this whole, nope. No. Yes, that. Unclick that. No, unclick the candelabra. Oh my gosh. Unclick the candelabra, for goodness sake. Whatever. I guess we're cloning the candelabra too. Okay. Grab all that. Over here. No. That's not what I meant to do. I need to make sure what node I pasted under. Here. Like this. Why does that look weird? So is this one not just 8? Is it longer? Yeah, it's 11. Yeah, that sounds right. Okay. Okay, so like all these walls, they're just going to be all filled in solid, but they need to be present. And we gotta flip them around like this. So when we include fade out on all of them, their fade outs go the right direction, which right now they're not. Yes, okay. Let's extend this. Okay, and then this we need to quick load, reverse diagonal wall, same with these. Let's just grab a bunch of these diagonals at the same time. There. Okay, nice. Let's do this part next. This part should be easy-ish. Reset the points. Go to add mode. Oops. Okay. Then we gotta adjust the fade out on these walls. Boop. Include fade out. Okay, and then we gotta flip them around. And this one, it looks like we gotta break into two pieces. Like that. 22. Start inner corner. Okay. And so like these diagonal ones, I can just select all together and load the reverse. And then we gotta manually flip these ones. And I guess set that. Yeah. Okay. This doesn't look right. Start outer corner, end outer corner, like that. And then start inner corner. Oh yeah, you have to include the fade out. Inner corner. Reset, reset. One long. Actually, wait, if we're going to do that, can't I just reuse this wall? But it has to start with default. There you go. Wait, then we don't even need this wall. I can also get rid of this wall. I can do that. Start inner corner. There we go. Okay. Okay. We're almost done here with the walls. We just have this part to do. So we can duplicate that, reset the data, go to add mode. Okay. Yeah, exactly like that. Okay. So we need to include the fade out on all of these. This is going to be a little weird, huh? With these diagonals. This is going to be very weird. Okay, we're going to have to do something special there, but let me come back to that in a moment. Quick load, reverse. Flip these. Okay. And then this, include fade out, flip it, include fade out, and then this wall should be simple, just include the fade out. Wait, No, it's not. That's not how that works. That's not how. Delete this wall. um, okay, because this isn't a standard level transition. Like, this one up here is a standard level transition. Okay, so what I should do is I should duplicate this, take this down here, right? And then yeah, so it should not bound camera and it should have door number 1. And then just delete this whole thing and go with, or wait, no, hold on. Don't delete that, but rename this. Because I used to have these crappy level transitions in here, and eventually I standardized them, created this object, and started slotting them in everywhere. But this is a very special one, because this is a diagonal level transition, whereas all the others are like square, like this. What the heck am I doing over here? This is also just using that crappy placeholder. Yeah, so I also need to replace that one with one of these standard level transitions. Okay, so whatever I get working here, I can copy paste it over to there. But anyways, so what am I thinking? What am I thinking? That's a good question. Okay, well, we can delete. No, wait, we should probably leave that. Okay, so what I'm thinking is we take this, we make local, okay, then take it, where is it located? Well, that's the Twitch chat window. It's located there, put it like here, okay, sure, and then the light is supposed to be located there. The hitbox, this thing, like that, yes. And then position 0. I guess it would be better to do this as a polygon instead, huh? Okay. Change type, collision, polygon. Remove the transform I just added. Go to add points. Go there. There. Yeah, like that. And then the spawn point isn't there. We gotta go more precise. What did I just do? I changed the lines, didn't I? No, I just didn't save it. Okay. Yeah, sure, right there. Then the fade out. Okay, so this is going to need a different texture. We're going to come back to that. The darkness and the underwall darkness. I hope I don't need this underwall darkness. Let's just look at the darkness. So this. Whoa, what the heck? Yeah, like that. Then, yeah, you need to worry about the fade out. Then the back wall is this static hitbox that provides the backbone, which is supposed to go behind this black part. Yeah. This is like, your body shouldn't hit this, but like enemies could physically collide with this, or like your javelin could collide with this, right? And it's to prevent things getting out of bounds. What? Oh, this is the occluder instance. Hang on, that's going to be similar, but one thing at a time. Yeah. And then, yeah, the occluder instance, same deal. And the light is coming from back there, which seems correct. I feel like maybe it should come from like 1 pixel forward. Well, yeah, because I'm worried about like floating point precision and lighting calculations if it's literally emitting from the wall. Okay. Yeah, and then we have this thing. So with this, I think there's a different... Is this using a shader? Ha! Okay. Okay, well, can we change this shader then? What is it doing? It's just doing get alpha. So the alpha, wait, okay, of the offset. So the offset is the floor of uv.x. I'm assuming uv.x increases as you go down here. So then... What is the fade out power? Just 1. Okay, so it's just linear. It's just offset over pixel length. The offset divided by the pixel length. What? So like, so here, for instance, wait. Oh, no, there's the origin. Okay, so like this is 0, right? And that's 1. So at 0, it's 0 divided by the pixel length. The pixel length is 16. Why is the pixel length 16? What? Okay, but 0 divided by 16, and then you just floor that. Why is it 16? What? So this is scaled up by 6. This texture, this is shader based. That's a 1 pixel by 1 pixel image. Oh, because we're saying that over the course of like from here to here, there should be 16 steps. That's why we're saying 16. So like if I were to do this. Okay, so that still stays like that. Right. I'm still trying to understand this shader. Because, like, how do we, like, why is 0 here and 1 there? Like, why is 1 that far away? Like, if I reset the scale, it goes like this. But that is still significantly larger than a 1 pixel by 1 pixel image. Yeah. What? Okay, maybe it doesn't matter too much. Let's new shader material, new shader. We're gonna call it diagonal. Wait, no. Where are you trying to put this? Put it in the shader folder. Yeah, diagonal level transition. Yeah, diagonal level transition, right? Because where's the other one? Level transition fade out. Oh, diagonal level transition fade out. Okay. Great. Okay. So that's this. Immediately, just, what did I do? Okay. Immediately copy paste that into here. Yeah. So same concept here, except we want to take in a vec2 UV, and then this is going to be, or let's just take in a let's take in a float x. Oh my gosh, I can't type. Float x, float y, and then this becomes floor of uv.x and floor of uv.y, right? Yeah, and then this, so we don't care about this POW because we're not actually using that. And then obviously we don't have an offset. So like if I returned x over pixel length, that gives us, I was gonna say that gives us exactly what we had before. Well, something's gone wrong here. Oh, I know what happened. There. So yeah, that gives us exactly what we had before. So then if I instead want to say, well, the y also matters. So we can, yeah, like this is a continuous function. It's the input arguments that make it discrete. Or that quantize it. I don't know if discrete's the right word there. Okay. So what we're looking for is we're looking for a square with side lengths 1 where the bottom left corner is completely transparent and the top right, or so a value of 0, and the top right corner has a value of 1. Okay. I mean, right. So you want to know, like, okay, what I'm thinking, let me just draw this out in paint. This will make more sense. What I'm thinking, okay, you have a Cartesian plane, right? And then you have the origin here. And so what we're dealing with is we have like this diagonal slice here, right? And so we want to check how far between these two lines a point is, right? So we're given an x and a y point that falls somewhere in here. And so we want to be like, okay, we want to tell how far between these two lines it is. Yeah. This is really simple math, but I have a hard time thinking about what's the right formula to do this. It occurs to me, is it x plus, like, do we just say x plus y? Where x plus y equals 1? That doesn't make sense. No, it can't be. Where x plus y equals 2? I guess so. Because if we said, like, this point, here is 1, 1, right? Then, whoa. That point there is 1, 1. Then, like, if you did x plus y and you got 2, well, then you're over here. Or over here. Like, you're somewhere along this line. This line is essentially defined by x plus y equals 2, right? Yeah, it is. It is. So how does that help us? So right here, so okay, then this just becomes x plus y times 0.5, right? No, whoops. What do you know? That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Okay, awesome. So then we can rotate this thing there. I thought I might be screwing around with that for a while longer. Yeah. Okay, that creates the gradient I was looking for. All right. Oh, by the way, this we can now see should move up a little to there. Okay. Okay. And then we just need to deal with the... okay, so now we can remove this, right? That can be removed. And now we just need to worry about the gradient along this wall. Or like the fade out, right? Because like I can go quick load reverse. Oh, I'm dropping hairs all over my keyboard. Okay. This isn't a corner, is it? Wait, what the heck was that? Why'd that have an inner corner? Okay. Okay, this is not exactly how I wanted this to look, but you know, that actually isn't that bad, and I think fixing it more might actually be a huge pain in the butt. So maybe we just leave it like that. Okay. Sure. Why not? Then we have... Okay, so what I can do is I can then copy this. Whoa, where's my scroll wheel? There it is. Collapse that. Collapse that. Go to... We want to replace this one, right? Where are the level transitions? Here. Yeah, level 7 transition back. So this is Tower of the Sky Upper, door number 1. Door number 1. Wait, where is Tower of the Sky Upper in this list? Okay. Okay. This is a very long list. This is not a good programming pattern, what you're seeing here. But the tech debt of fixing it is a little too high. Okay. Then this becomes level 7 transition back. Where is that now? Oh, there it is. See? It doesn't quite fit, does it? Okay, so we need the red thing to line up with the back wall. So wait, what is the... Oh, I see. But somehow this is displaying on top of the walls. That's interesting. Whereas this one is not displaying on top of the walls. That's most interesting. Let's just go boop. Okay, great. Well, probably, okay, the easiest way to address this whole thing is just go here and then move it, because it's on the right diagonal, or like, yeah, the right depth. So you just want to say position X is minus 24, and then the position Y is plus 24. Yeah. And then, yeah, go look at the order. Yeah. So now you can see it lines up properly with that back wall. Yeah. It's all good. Okay, great. We'll have to test that, but that should be good. Nice. Nice. Okay. That's the level transitions done. Then the fog should be easy. I think that's already done. Yeah. Fog's all good. Okay, no problems there. And then the floors. So yeah, let's use... should we use the cobblestone? No, let's use the tile. Where is... oh, this is the floor. Night sky... block... tile floor. Oh, this is a... yeah. Tile floor of night sky block. Quick load tile floor night sky block. Okay, cool. And then we can just extend this. Oh wait, no, we can't. Lighting, right, lighting. Because you can only have 15 lights per floor segment. That limitation doesn't apply to the fog because of how the fog shader works, thankfully, but it does apply to the floors. So, okay, did I just get hair in my mouth? Ugh. is the data? There. Shoot. So really what I want to do is I want to say something like negative 128, or I guess I want to say 0, 0. Come on, highlight the thing, man. 0, 256, 256, 256, 256, 0. Yeah, like that. And then with that, I can just shift it into place. Let me hide the fog for the moment so I can see this better. And then if I duplicate this and move it over, yes, it all lines up perfectly. Exactly. Okay, and obviously this is overhanging a bit, so we need to trim that. Well, actually this one, really we need to conform it better. We need to do like this. Go. Then this one. Okay. And then where was the fog? I should turn the fog back on. Okay. Great. And now we've got a relatively large open space in the middle here. We've got the end door. We've got this hallway along the edge leading into the next level. So that's all nice and clean. Yeah, and we've got the entrance room and we've got the airlock, and I've got a hair hanging for my glasses. I think probably the next thing I should do is set up the gates. Yeah. Do we not have the gates? Did I at no point copy them from a different level? I did not. Okay. Let's copy them from... I'm just thinking what the best level to copy them from is. Well, at least the airlock gates doesn't really matter. Let's start with those. Airlock gates. Oh gosh, I added a lot of nodes here. The airlock entrance and airlock exit gates. Copy those, go over here. Drop those in. Where the heck are they? Probably way the hell up there. Yeah. Okay. The airlock entrance gate goes right here, like that. The airlock exit gate goes right here, like that. Oh, and both of these have a different open offset. This, yeah, 96. Okay. Oh, we also need the airlock area. Where is that? There it is. Yeah, reset that. Okay. Go add points to that. And just go. What the heck? Oh, I see. I'm on rotation somehow. All right. Like that. That's the airlock area. That's where you have to be in order for this entrance gate to open and this one to shut behind you. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I just realized this corner of the level sticking out here of the floor. Oops. Get rid of that. Okay. I don't have the same up there. Okay, we're good. And then the exit gate. Okay, so the exit gate, I mean, it can just be like a duplicate of one of these. I don't think it really matters. Completion gate. But that one should have 192 here. And then be like that. There we go. More hair. Yeah. Okay. This is looking pretty good. Why is this light? Why is it like that? I would expect it to shine over here. What is happening there? Oh! I think I know what happened. Can I just bash and make sure I didn't change anything unintentionally? Yeah, that looks good. Or not tower. No, I wanted to reopen Tower of the Sky. There you go. That's better. So it's just that when I was modifying the nodes down here, Godot was internally using the same instance for both that level transition and this level transition because I'd cloned it from this one, and that's why it was looking weird. But as soon as I reopened the scene, it realized, oh no, those are actually two different things, and rendered it properly. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I do want to put some lights in here because this room is looking very dark at the moment. Oh, and this... the default respawn point. That needs to move. I guess just put it like... yeah, like here. Sure. And the default spawn point... that also needs to move. That needs to be on this little dot. That's the same spot you spawn in when entering the level. There. Okay. Cool. That's all set up now. Okay, I mean, I need to hook up the logic for these gates, so there's that. But let's come back to that in a moment. So let's put a pressure plate, night pressure plate, non-giant, right there. Oh, I just realized the floors don't quite line up. Hang on, let me put in a light here so we can see this. Just put a luminous tile. That'll be nice and bright. See, it doesn't quite line up. What we really need is, yeah, the floor to be like that. Oh, we gotta fiddle with all this again. I do need to move it over so that the texture lines up. No, just like that. Okay. That's all adjusted correctly, and then if I go back and click on the luminous tile, which I don't know why I put that under entities, that's not an entity, that is part of the floor. So, yeah, at each of the cracks in the floor here, texture is seamless. There's no misalignment. Yeah. Yeah, we good. We good. Okay. And so let's make this center nice and bright. I know that looks way too bright, but what I'm gonna do now is gonna make it darker. Like that. Maybe that's actually still too bright. Probably what we should do is like... Well, and we really can't have pillars surrounding the entire thing anyways. Because if we did... nothing would be able to hit it, which means then the level would be boring. Yeah, just delete those for the moment. Okay, but we should put a torch right on top of it. Okay. And then you can take out that torch. And now create a light wisp, which you then need to defend. Right. Let's put some more luminous tiles around here. So there's, if we look at this, there's 3 big ones in between. Oh wait, I said there was no misalignment on the floor. Then what the hell is that? Huh? No. Okay. One, two, three. This one. That would put that one here, though, which is a little awkward. Actually, I could put some divots into this wall. That's actually a good idea, yeah. Make it a little less square. Could even have a divot there too, although I don't know that we want a divot here. This is making me realize that while I've put the pressure plate at the center of the level, that is not the center of the room. What the heck? Is the floor on some weird transform? No. Okay. I don't know why it's like that. I don't know why it doesn't quite line up with the snap when I move them all together. Okay. And then, so the pressure plate itself also needs to then move over. That now being in the center of the room, right? And then I'm thinking this should also move over. Okay. Hide the floor. I'm tired of clicking on it. So these, I'm thinking, wait. Where are we moving them over to? I do need to see the floor for that. Yeah, we're moving it 2 over. Boop. 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 Okay, and then we can, yeah, change this. Okay, where's the tattoo altar? There it is. All right. There, that centers that on the pressure plate. Then we can go make the floor visible again. Now everything's nicely aligned, although I do want to put the divots in these walls. So, yeah. Let's hide the aesthetic walls as well for the moment. Two. There you go. Where's like a, here, one of these. Grab that. Start inner corner. Take this though, shrink it. That is still displaying the inner corner. Yeah. End inner corner, start outer corner. Something like this. How does that look? Let me turn the floors back on. Yeah, sure. You know, I'm not sure I like this lighting pattern, at least for the outer, like the inner ones are probably fine. The outer ones, less so, especially because they overlap with the walls up here. But I think even with them, I do want these divots in the walls. So maybe I should just put the divots like aggressively far over like this. And then we can just do the same thing here, and then we just won't do that up here. And in that case, let me make these a little longer, like this. Yeah. Eight. There we go, and then, oh wait, no, I don't need that. What we can do instead is we can take this, extend it by one, start inner corner. We can also delete this, take this, extend it by one, end inner corner. Yeah. And then take this, reset that, duplicate this, move this over. There we go. Okay. Yeah, let me delete these other luminous tiles. And then the torch we also need to move back onto the center pressure plate. Okay. Okay. Cool. Small pillar. Actually, yeah. Move this out here. Hide the floors again. There's another wall change I want to make. This time to this wall. gives it a little more space. And then we can take this and put it there, and that there. Yeah, and then we got to go turn the aesthetic walls back on. Okay. And this should be attached to the small pillar. Where's the floor? There. And this one is attached to small pillar 2. And then the tattoo altar, we should probably move back like that. There. Yeah. Now that's more like it. Oh, and let's get some torches along this wall, or along this corridor here. Actually, I think this one, put it right there. Yeah, just like that. We'll leave this part dark. Okay. Okay, this is starting to look like a real level now. Well, aside from the fact that, like, you know, there's nothing to do in it yet. I mean, aside from that part. Yeah. Okay. Let's get some... No, not large eyeball. No. Large pillar. Oh, that's the wrong kind of large pillar, isn't it? Large pillar. Night sky block large pillar. There we go. Okay. For now, I'm just going to leave it like that, although I want to add some lights. I can type. I can definitely type. Large pillar 8. Seven. To 5. To 6. Okay. Okay. This is looking decent so far. So yeah, the next step for this level is really to plan out, okay, what are all the obstacles going to be that are going to attempt to kill the light wisp? Well, actually, maybe the next step before that is to hook it up so that, like, when you press this, a timer does start, and then the door opens at the end and resets if the thing dies. And that, or if the pressure plate gets unpressed, rather, and that the airlock works properly. Maybe that's the next thing to do, is just set that up. But I want to actually look at this in game first. So we're in Tomb of the Forgotten here, and if we head back out, it seems we're getting an error. I can't quit. Can I Alt F4? No. That doesn't want to work. Okay, what's the error? Unable to cast collision polygon 2D to collision shape 2D. I see. That would be in the level transition node. Why do you need the size? For what? I don't think you do. This is very confusing how it's trying to show the references in the script properties as well. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I don't think this does have any references. I'm not sure why this exists, to be honest. Goodbye. Yeah, this now looks like a proper level transition, and it works like a proper level transition. And so does this one. Hold on, yeah, I think the other one actually... I just realized there's no 3D background in that level. There should be. I just realized this one, there's no fade out along that wall, which is not quite right. But we'll fiddle with that later. Yeah, the 3D background is something I need to enable. And yeah, that's not hooked up. Okay, this works. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so if I quit and reload, that works. Okay, let's hook up the 3D background and try and also fix the level fade out in Shrine of the Cosmos. Okay, the 3D background. So there's a couple parts to this. Can I go take a look at the precipice? There should be, I think, a world 3D. Yeah. and you have to declare the background offset, which, do I remember how to calculate that? Absolutely not. So we're gonna have to figure that out. World 3D. Okay. The background offset. So, okay, just to tell, so like the origin here is, okay, so this is positive x, right? So if you add to the x origin and subtract from the y origin, you get back towards the origin in the Shrine of the Cosmos, which is the origin of the 3D scene. So this is a question of what do you have to add to this origin to get you there? Okay. But it's also multiplied by some factor, which is probably 1,000. But that doesn't make sense, because 864 would be here. No, sorry. Which is probably 100. 864 would be here. 8,006... Okay, so if that's true, then if we go to the Shrine of the Cosmos, we should see that over here is relatively negative 8,640. Okay, yeah, so it's off by a factor of 100. Okay, so wait, go back to here. So this should be simple then, because this arena area, not this polygon, the arena area, this? No, that's a respawn point. Where is the bounding area? Here we go. Arena 3 area. Oh, sorry, Arena 2 area. Arena 2 area. Here we go. Oh, yeah, that is... Okay, so yeah. It's these two numbers negated and divided by 100. Okay. And then I think you have to set it up in the code to actually process that. So like, I guess we can hook up the airlock at the same time here. So like if we look at, yeah, like the precipice, sure. Precipice compared to Tower of Sky Upper. So there's like, okay, there's this part where you have to do that. And then you have to do this part, or let's just copy this whole thing. It's almost all relevant. We just don't care. Actually, no, there will be a timer. We do care about the timer, yes. What is this? I just noticed that. I guess I'm gonna have to do something about that, huh? Okay, coming back to that. This isn't all going to be exactly the same, but we start with it being the same and then we're going to change some things. Okay, yeah, the trial timer node. We are going to have a trial timer. Oh my gosh, can you not automatically include the usings? Oh no. Okay. I guess I can just Control-C all this. We don't need this Godot Steam reference. Okay. This is Tower of the Sky upper primary. Airlock area, we don't have a completion area. That's not how this works. We do have an airlock entrance gate, airlock area, airlock exit gate, airlock entrance area, gates to process. We don't have a return circle. Soul site menu. Oh, dot beat. I think it's just beat reliquary, right? Because when you beat the reliquary, that says beat primary furnace, right? Where is it? Beat primary furnace, yeah. And this one grants beat reliquary, right? Okay. That all makes sense, right? Okay, cool. That should work. That should actually mean the airlock should work now, and the 3D background should work. Oh. It's not going to, though, because I didn't actually create a trial timer. Okay, yes, we're going to need a timer, but we don't have one yet. So just get rid of that. Alright, that's not working. Oh my gosh, do I have to, like... Okay, no, we can Alt F4 that. Okay, good. Jeez. No, not found. Trial gate 1. Tower of the Sky upper. Wait, where are you? What? Oh, yeah. I didn't even notice that part. That's not relevant. I guess we should also plug in here the completion gate. Although nothing triggers its opening yet. Okay. Here we are. Okay, yeah, so now there's a 3D background. And now, yeah, you can see we're at the top of this 3D tower, right? Or, well, we're at some point along it. Maybe not the very top. Yeah, okay, cool. So that works now. And the airlock works. And you can come in here. And there's that. Which you can't get to. Press down the pressure plate. Yes. Cool. All right, very nice, very nice. And you can see that there. Here, you can see that stretches out there. You can see that up there. Good, good. Right, so the one other thing I wanted to do right now is I wanted to try and see if I can fix this, like the fade out around this. It's not great, is it? I don't know if we can really do that well with it. Here, hide this. Like with this tiled wall, we could include fade out. And we could do reverse. We could do that, but like, then the fade out extends all the way up here, right? This is the problem. Oh my gosh. Can we click on? No, we can't. What tiled wall is this? 43. Tiled wall 43. This one. What? No, this one. Yes. Include fade out. Reverse. Wait. No. Undo that. No. Normal fade out. Yes. Okay. And then this should also... No. Okay, yeah. What the heck did you just do? Well, okay. Inner corner. Why do you keep deselecting this every few seconds? Oh my gosh, stop deselecting it. Oh my gosh, why do you keep deselecting it? I don't understand. Okay. You can collapse. Well, maybe we shouldn't collapse the walls yet. Where is the level transition? I want to try turning it back on. Oh, we don't have wind sounds. Wind sounds! That's the other thing. Okay. Hang on. This. So, like, this looks good up to here, and then it looks dumb, right? And this looks dumb. Yeah, so they both look bad. So we gotta do something about that. Okay, for this one, though, probably the thing to do is just manually place the fade out textures on top here. No, that doesn't make sense. Does it? Maybe it does. Maybe that's not a bad idea. But like, okay, there's also these triangular gaps here. I should address these. Let me, or let me just turn this on. Underwall darkness, right? What the heck? Oh my gosh, why are there so many vertices so close together here? Okay. I think we can just leave it like that. But then we need to do the same thing up here. Okay, that should address those triangles, at least when you're actually looking at it in game. And so for really? Okay, hide the level transition at the moment. So for this, so we just want to turn the fade out off here, right? Yeah. And then we need to go turn the level transition back on. Okay, and then we want to go here, and we want to go instantiate child scene. No, sorry. Add child node, sprite, 2D, and by the way, is this whole thing using no light material? It doesn't say. I think it doesn't matter. Fade out. Wall fade outs. Rectangular wall fade out. This. Sorry, no, it should be reverse. Quick load. Reverse. Oh no, it's not reverse. Oh no, it doesn't matter. Okay. Transform scale 6. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Ordering, not relative, 201. There you go. And this is going to need to be much more precise snapping. Okay. All right, maybe let me do this. Take this, we'll assemble our fade outs. Say, take that, duplicate it. And then this one is going to be wall end, or is it wall start? Is this wall end or what? This is a wall end. Okay, this is a wall end. It's a outer corner. This. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. No. Like that? No. No. Oh my gosh. Really? There. That's yes. That's what I was trying to do. Okay. And then we want to duplicate. And then this one is going to be reverse wall start outer corner. Is that right? I guess there's a couple possibilities here, huh? Why is that like that? What the heck? I thought this was a wall start. Okay. No, I think it makes more sense to do wall start outer, like this. That ain't perfect, but I think it's good enough. Okay, let's do the same thing on the other side now. Brr. No, wait. So this should go x plus 3. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Again, not perfect, but good enough. Okay. Good. Let me take a look at that in game. I think that's about all I'm doing for today. In the meantime, what I'm going to do for next stream is I'm going to try and sort out the weird lag with a lot of forces issue that we're seeing in Tomb of the Forgotten. And I'm gonna try to set up the timer here so like you can actually complete the level. Yeah, that definitely looks a little funky. That's definitely kind of weird, but it's okay. It's not horrendous. It kind of looks like, you know, the light's spilling across the wall here. Which works. It's not ideal, but it works. Yeah. Okay. We're not going to see that from here. Okay. Yeah, that's it for today.